Well, howdy, fellers. Elder Ufgood here. Welcome back to A Neanderthal to the Skies, episode 11. As you can see, we did some stuff on stream the other day. That's a pretty cool build back there. I'll get a little closer. And as you can see, Pig is going under a little construction. And his crown's gotten bigger. Look at that crown. But yeah, he's going under construction. And if we get to that today, we'll get to that today. If we don't, just know that there's a giant hole, there's construction, and he's got the, I don't know, something to hold the construction tarp up, I guess. Alright, so before I get too far into today's episodes, yes, that's still over there. That has not moved. And then, yeah, before we get too far, I gotta apologize. I got upset with the ATM team about no dings, right? Well, I didn't see that I missed the Nether Star generator. So I need to remedy this today. This needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed immediately. Right, okay, so I'll explain all of this here shortly. I have been working on hostile neural networks. We left off on that. I have been working on it a little bit more, but before we get into that, let's just create this thing. Interesting. I guess I don't have any more wither skulls? Well, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to go get some more wither skulls just so I can get this done. And then, how about another start? Yeah, that's easy. Alright, let me go get some more wither skulls. Alright, and just like that, I should be able to make this now, and a proper... Ding! Again, I do apologize. That is Chapter 2. That is a proper Chapter 2. It doesn't change colors, but at least the dings are happening. It means we can officially move into Chapter 3, which I've already done some of Chapter 3. I mean, you're not really surprised that I've already started Chapter 3, right? I mean, that's what I needed to do. But, believe it or not, that is actually not what we're going to do today. Yep, see, still under construction. Still under construction. I'm going to focus on this thing a little bit today. Just a little bit. I've already done some off-camera work for y'all, so you don't have to sit through the this process. It's actually not that hard to copy-paste gadget, put in just a little bit, copy the whole thing, paste, boom, done. It is running off of 3 separate ones. That's just because I generally didn't know how to connect it, and I didn't want to come down here and then run inventory cables across and down and through and over, and it's just, I just wanted to kind of make it look, yeah, you know, you're not going to see it from this side. That's why I wanted to do it like this, alright? So you don't see it. But as you guys pointed out in stream, the Wither's definitely wanting some pork chops. I mean, he definitely wants pork chops. Alright, so in order for this to work, I did set this up on Super Factory Manager. Icon words. And I did the fancy cables back here. I just wanted to see how they looked. And for this application, it doesn't really matter. I really should have just left it, but it's fine. I wanted to see how they look. So this is actually fairly simple. So we're going to need our label gun, and I'm going to need to clear it. And what we're going to do, I'm going to go inside here, I'm going to grab one of these discs, we're going to edit it. I'm hoping I got this code right. I did try to clean it up and make it as legible as possible so everything is clear as possible. My biggest concern is how it's going to handle item and being specific on slots. I know you don't have to, but for those of y'all that want to learn and to read how this works with no issues, I wanted to fill it out as much as possible. Oh, good. Hold on. Exit without saving. Come on. You're supposed to work all... No issues. What's the problem here? Alright, so for those of you all that are concerned on why that's supposed to be taken care of, I have this interdiction pylon going on with a 5x5 on. I'm in a loaded, force-loaded chunk with the mob filter with it swabbed to a phantom, and yet I'm still getting phantoms. So if anybody knows how to fix that and can alleviate my headache of phantoms at night, I'd be appreciative if you could just leave that in the comments for me, and I'll take care of that as soon as I can. Yeah, alrighty, we're back over here now. So we're gonna right-click on this thing. We got to edit because we have no program, and if I just paste this back in, alright, same as before. We have an energy loop, and then we have the handling of each items into each. Does that? Ah, yes, done. Perfect. Shift click any errors. What are the errors? Oh, okay, yeah, it's gonna have errors because you don't have anything, buddy. All right, shift click it, pull the labels, and we're going to control click sim chambers. That will do all of them. And the beauty of it is, technically, I can go ahead and label these as well. That's shift, not control. I'll tell you what, let me get all this labeled. I'll bring it back when I get it all done. Alright, look at that. It's a jumbled mess of purple and white. But we're going to just work on this one, so now we're just going to push these back in. And we'll put this away for the time being. Alright, so this is not actually hooked up, and we're going to need to get power from here. Nope, not time fluid. You take power. There we go. Alright, we're also going to need an induction card and a crafting card. That's because we're going to need to keep... I didn't keep it over here at hostile neural prediction matrices. So go in there, and I want to set you to a maximum of 64. However, there is quite a bit of machines. So maybe I'll do 3. That should be plenty. Alright, and one cool trick I just learned, so I'm going to show you this. This cool thing, as long as I have the stuff in my inventory, which I do not right now. Let me grab it real quick. Alright, so I believe if I take this, I think I can shift click and then shift click. Nope, I copied again. It's shift click, right click, and if I take a look in here, oh, it saved everything for me. So when I get these online, they're already set. I have nothing to worry about. That's a fantastic tool. Alright, with that set up, I think the last thing we need to do is connect this wireless, and we need to grab one of our data models, this data model. We'll grab these, We'll let this one do its thing. And then we just need to link this up, and I think I'll link it right there. And if I come over here, yep, you crafted all the prediction matrices, you got FE stored, but you did not store, you did not send power. Why? If I stick you in there, you're still not getting power? Did I leave a sim chamber in there? There we go. It was a hiccup in my code. That was what was going on. Okay. So you're not going to get anything until I put a data model on you. That's fine. And just like that, that's automated hostile neural networks. So I'm going to make sure to clean up my code so there's nothing wrong with it for y'all. And y'all are more than welcome to download it. Alrighty, we're just going to put that away. I do need to find one that has a warden prediction in here. If it does. Because I haven't set any of these yet. So where are my prediction models? Here we go. Okay, you're set to that. There you go. And I'll just have to keep coming back over here and checking it. But for the time being, can I make sure? Yes, all of those are going back into the system. So if I look at nether stores now, 98.99. Perfect. And that is automated hostile neural networks. Guys, I will make sure to have the Super Factory Manager code available for download. It'll be in the Discord. That link can be found down in the description. Go ahead and click that. Join the community, Elder Ufgood's Fellowship. There you can find yourself all of my other Super Factory Manager codes, along with some great people. All right, so we're going to let this run now, and we're going to start taking a look at what we need to do next. And if you give me a few minutes, I thought this was going to take a lot longer than it was, but my code didn't need that much cleaning up. So let me find out where exactly I need to be. I'll bring you back, and we'll figure out what's going on next. Alrighty, well, I've already decided. Why not we start Chapter 3 and find out where our bottleneck is and move in that direction. With that in mind, what I'm actually going to do is we're going to look into Chapter 3, and we're going to keep in mind anything that requires a bee, there's a bee for it. Those are famous words. And if you know who said those famous words, let me know in the comments down below. Who says there's a bee for that? Alright, so if we take a look at Chapter 3, we have all the modium. Now we can craft all the modium ingot, which will not do much on its own. We can smelt it in the foundry, pour it over the HB to start automating the all-modium, or use the block of it to make an all-modium smithing template. Don't worry, after the first one, you can duplicate it with netherite ingots and deep slate, which we've already done all of that. So we'll skip all of that. We already made the armor. We already made a sword. What would you like us to do? Would you want us to make tools? Okay. And all the Modium spellbook. I don't know how far we can get into that without going into ours. Oh, and now you want Arcanist gear. Okay. Alright, I don't know how far we're going to get into all of that, but we're going to try. And then the last thing, you want an Allthemodium carrot. Allthemodium apple. And an Allthemodium furnace. I say we knock out Allthemodium, and that's actually going to help me out down here. I can get these bad boys from Emerald to Allthemodium. Let's see here. Let me put all this away. What do we need to make? Let's make a golden Allthemodium carrot. Let's make the apple. The furnace? What are we missing here? Some blocks. I'm gonna need 5. Alright, time to grab furnaces. If I can get down here. Also, well, actually, I can... What am I doing? I can do it wirelessly. I just gotta try and keep avoiding looking behind me. I can't allow you to see the construction that's happening. Again, I'm hoping we can get into that today. And perfect. I'd like to stick you guys back down. You can have that, that, and that. And then we... Perfect. Alright, well I guess I'm gonna have to get... I already have a sword, so I don't need any more swords, but I guess I need a diamond hoe. Well, I guess a diamond hoe would work, right? I don't need... Yeah, I don't need a whole bunch. Let's just do this. Alright, I think we just need to look at getting some Arcanist gear and the Allthemodium spellbook. I guess it's going to be a little bit of ours. We're going to get into a little bit of ours. Not a whole bunch of ours, because I'm not ready for that. We're still dealing with that monstrosity over there. Which, by the way, it's going to be great once I get it all done. Okay, and for the gear... So if I double check this, you need an Archmage spellbook. Which there's none of those. but then I need, I'm guessing Arcanist threads, and those can be upgraded. Okay, so we'll take a look at all of these. Okay. I've changed my mind. We're not going to be able to finish all the modium, or the all the modium section. Not quite yet with that. I will keep that on the list, but we are not ready to get into ours. Simply just because we're not ready to get into ours. However, what we can get into is actually really, really simple, and that's the assembler's matrix. And the reason why I want to get out into the assembler's matrix, let me jump down in here, is a quality of life thing. I have recently learned of this thing, and I have recently learned that while these are cool, I have to keep building them. You can only put 4 on one wireless network before you have to start a second wireless network. And then if you don't remember where you put your wireless networks, whether it's in a row or in a cube or in a weird order, it doesn't matter. If you forget that order and it's, say, under the ground like this, but you can't get under the ground and you forget that it's under the ground, but you think you're hooking into a proper system because it says 0 of 32 channels used, but then you hook it and then it turns off one of these. This is annoying. How'd you like that energy? That's a lot of energy just for something so simple as these things right here. These are great, but I found something better, and that is what I was searching up, and that's the assembler's matrix. Let me get everything that I need for it, and we'll get it built and put it into the world. Alrighty, I do believe I have it all set up and ready to go. We're going to carefully come down here, because you can't see what's behind me just yet. I did, in fact, change the matter condenser to right now put out matter balls because I'm going to need some for this recipe. Or for all this stuff. After this, I'll switch it back. I shouldn't need matter balls for a while, and if I do, I'll just... Well, maybe... Why don't we just throw like 4,000 matter balls into the system real quick? Because I'm missing 125 million buckets of water. Can I get 1,000? No. 500? Apparently I can't. Interesting. Did I... It's the same recipe, ain't it? 32,000 buckets of water, 1 singularity, 32,000 buckets. Produces 1 matter ball. I believe that's supposed to be more than that. Hold on. Okay, yeah, definitely have this this recipe wrong. It shouldn't be 32,000 buckets makes 1. It should be... Makes 124. That should make the difference. Now can I get... Yeah, cancel. Yeah, there we go. Except it's too big for my system. And that's why we're changing that. I'm sorry, guys. It's just right. You can almost see it. Nah, I'm not going to show you. It's almost time, though. So let me get this. How many can I do? All right. That gets that taken care of. Why aren't you filling up? Okay, wrong spot, but... Oh, okay. Now we're just making miter balls like crazy. Okay. We have plenty of matter balls. It actually made it made 8,000. It made it twice. I still don't know why I don't have time fluid, though. Okay, well that's broken now. That's interesting. Anyways... Let's get back into making our assembler's matrix. for the build that I'm doing, unfortunately, because the build I'm doing is an even build, I'm doing a 6x6. So if these dimensions seem a little off to you, or not dimensions, if these amounts seem off to you, it's because I'm doing a 6x6. I do apologize. I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. All right, we're gonna need frames. No! We've already ran into our first problem, and that's intro dust. You don't know how to make that, apparently. I can honestly tell you, if it wasn't for auto crafting, this would be a headache all on its own. And I've already had to come in here and fix a few recipes just to get this going. Because I had the wrong recipe. And if you give it just a little bit longer, I'll bring you right back, because it's still going to take me a little bit. Oh, wouldn't you know it? Yeah, I ran into a huge problem, and the problem is when I turned on the hostile neural network, I forgot how much power it will consume, and it drained my entire AE system. And now my AE system has drained this and that completely, and it's just trying to fill up. Ignore that. Ignore that. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. But yeah, that's what the issue is. I didn't run out of time fluid. I ran out of power, so I've had to go and turn everything off. And the only thing allowed to run is the beehive, because it actually doesn't take that much power. And this. That's all it's allowed to run. Let me finish up crafting. Now that I figured out my power issue. And I'll get this all situated, and yeah, I'll bring it back when we're ready to put all this together. All right, there's the last of it. And if you give me just a little bit, again, trying not to show you too much. If you give me just a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and get this somewhat set up and into place. I'm not gonna finish it. I'll bring you back when I'm almost ready to finish it. Alrighty, and this is pretty much the design that this is going to be. So I just got to finish filling this out, and then finish designing this, and then you guys get to see the final result. You might have a kind of a hint of where we're at. You're going to see shortly. You're going to see shortly. So we're going to... All right, before I trap myself in there too bad, let me get all this filled in. Yep, see, I was gonna miss stuff. I believe once I get the glass in here, this is gonna complete this structure. Everything seems good. It just needs a channel. Let me button this up, and we'll get it on the we'll get it on. Ah, sorry. Secrets. And just like that, our assembler's matrix is online, and now you guys get to see where it gets to stay. Look at that. It's now being guarded by King Piggy. Alright, so now that this is up and this is online. Nope, it's offline. Why is it offline? Uh-oh. Alright, and there it is. There is the assembler's matrix in all its glory and being protected by none other. Royal Piggy himself. So in between episodes, what I'm going to do is take down these three towers right here, get those off the system, and get them in here so I no longer have to worry about it. And I think that's a great spot, and I think Piggy's doing a great job protecting it, keeping it away, but also allowing folks to go down there and check it out. As you can see, we already have visitors. But fellas, that's going to do it for the end of this episode. And it was kind of a weird one. I didn't expect to finish Hostile Neural Networks as soon as I did. However, we did run into a huge problem. And that problem is I drained my entire billion FE that was stored up just to fill that thing up. And it's chugging too fast. I cannot keep up with the tick rate. So I think next episode, we're going to have to take care of that stuff down there. That stuff. But guys, I do appreciate you joining me on my adventures, my Neanderthal adventures at that. Alright guys, thank you so much again for joining me. It has been a pleasure. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that like button down below, subscribe, and also hit the bell. Make sure you get caught up on ants, and never, ever miss an episode. As always, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure. And remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. Take it easy. And God bless.